everyone! 1 month ago, I posted a video called the Crazy Signs Challenge and it blew up. Not only did you participate, but you also watched it and you shared it and you made your friends watch it and you asked for another one, like right away. And I thought, why not? But first, I needed to take a break because you know, there's a lot to do before a video actually makes it here on YouTube.
It all began last March when I was chatting online with my friend Jen, who was at the time literally quarantined in her parents' basement in Montreal. We were talking about the pandemic and about being bored, and she wrote at one point that, hey, if ever I wanted to make a quarantine video, she would help me. Elle se porte volontiers. She might have been kidding, but really that's all it took. Remember, I was also pretty bored at the time. At that moment, the idea for a Crazy Signs video just popped up into my head and the project started to form. Of course, there were a few steps involved. First, I had to choose the Crazy Signs choreography. Choosing a good Crazy Signs song that people would like, that was one thing. Finding a song I could use legally, that was another.
Normally when you make a video, you want to use copyright-free music because if you don't, you run the risk of getting a copyright claim or worse, a copyright strike, which basically means that your video can be taken down and your YouTube channel can get in trouble. So obviously, I did not want to put in all this work only to see my video taken down, and I didn't want to get my channel in trouble either. So I started to research Crazy Signs songs one by one to see which ones would get claims. Let's say She Bangs by Ricky Martin. All right, here it is. If you use this song, it is blocked in 249 countries. That is a lot of countries. So it won't necessarily be taken down, but is it worth making it? I don't think so. Now let's say Titanium. Okay, here it is. So, blocked in 245 countries. However, if you perform a cover, it's viewable everywhere except Switzerland, which means that I could sing it and we'd be fine, but we don't want that. Let's say Sunlight des Tropiques, okay? See, this song is not available for use in your YouTube videos. If you use this song, your video may be blocked or muted. So I just kept going like that, song after song. And then I hit Hey Baby, which is a song that a lot of people know at Club Med. It's a pretty popular Crazy Signs, and I think it's done in a lot of resorts too. See, this is what I want. Playback, viewable worldwide. See this one? I can take. It does say that you can't monetize your video, so you may have noticed that the Crazy Signs Challenge video has ads on my YouTube channel, but I don't get any money from those ads. That video was claimed by the owner of the rights of this music, and so they are getting the money from that. But it doesn't matter. You know what? As long as my video is not taken down, as long as I don't get a copyright strike, I'm good, and it looks like I won't. So that is why I used Hey Baby, and that is how I go about choosing my music in general for all my videos.
Once I'd chosen the Crazy Signs choreography, it was time to invite people to participate in the video. I asked Jen, remember Jen, to record the first video so we could show it as an example, and so us XGOs could get some help to remember the exact moves.
I got so many responses from everybody, and they were from everywhere around the world. I had some from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, North America, Mexico, South America, and even some from Australia. And it was awesome to see all of you guys dancing. You had so much fun with it, and that's what I wanted. But to see so many people respond, that was really great. When people were sending me their videos, or when came the time to send the videos, I realized that I had not been clear enough on how to do it. What would happen is people would try to send the video by email, but the video would be too heavy, the file would be too big, and it wouldn't go through. So then people would try to send it through Messenger, and that would work. But an app like Messenger takes videos or big files and it compresses them. So here's an example of a video that was sent to me first by Messenger. I knew the quality could be a little bit better. So I asked the person to resend it through WeTransfer, which is a great service that works well for sending big files. And this is what it looked like. Right? There's a huge difference. When the file isn't compressed, At the other end, it just comes out like so much clearer, like HD. So keep in mind, either with me or anybody else, if ever you're sending a big file, don't send it through an app like Messenger. It's better to use WeTransfer. If the file is too heavy to go through email, it's too heavy for a messaging app. The next step was by far the longest one and the most complicated. So a lot of people ask me which editing software I use, and I use Final Cut Pro. I always tell clients that you can make videos with any software. It doesn't have to be a big, expensive thing. The content, for me, the content is always more important than the container. But in this specific case, I don't know if I would have been able to do this with iMovie, for example. I might have been able to, but it would have been infinitely more complicated. So to be honest, I was really happy to have my editing software because, yeah, I had a lot of layers happening there. Okay, let's take a look. This here is what we call the timeline. All right, so all this here, see, I can make it smaller or bigger. This is where my video is. And all those little rectangles of color that you see, those are all the bits of video that I put together. These are all your videos that you sent in. The green line, the green stripe that you see here at the bottom, this is the music. So what I did is I loaded all of your videos in here. There was a lot of them. And then I slid those videos over to the timeline and I, placed them on the music so that they were synced up. And then I cut up every little video and I chose just the little bit that I wanted. And I did that with all of your videos and I, chose all the bits that I liked. And then I placed it on the timeline and I tried to sync it up as well as I could. Because here's the thing, not all of you started on the right side. Some people started like this on the left and some people started like this on the right, or this is my left, my right, anyway. And so when I placed all of you on the timeline, no one was on the right side, or not everyone was anyway. So what I did is that for some of you, I started you on the second movement so that you were on the right side as everyone else. And so that took a lot of time. Putting all of this together took me about 40 hours and I squeezed it into like 3 days, which was an unhealthy amount of days to squeeze 40 hours into. So I recommend not doing that. This last part of the video, this one was the biggest part of the video for me, editing wise. So this part is when I put everyone together on the screen, right? This part right here. Everybody's dancing and everybody's in sync and I just, squeezed you all in there and that was kind of the big finale. That whole shot, putting it together, it only lasts, 5, 6 seconds. And it took me 4 hours for those few seconds of video. So that gives you an idea of, how much time it takes to put these things together. When I'm ready to post a video, the first thing I do is I post to YouTube. But first I need to choose a title, I need to write a description, I need to create a thumbnail in a separate program, then I upload that thumbnail. Then I post to Facebook, so I need to choose a title again, write a description, which is slightly different than the one I write for YouTube. I take the thumbnail, that one can be the same, I upload it to Facebook. Then I upload the whole thing to LinkedIn. I choose a thumbnail, I write a description. And then for Instagram, what I normally do is I create subtitles first in my editing program, then I re-export the video again, this time with the subtitles burned in, since Instagram doesn't give you the option of adding subtitles later. So the whole posting process can take me a full day. About those subtitles, for now anyway, only Facebook and YouTube will let you add more than one set of subtitles, so more than one language. And also those are the only platforms where you can choose to have the subtitles appear or disappear. Actually, LinkedIn does let you turn them on or off, but on LinkedIn you can only put one language for now. If you want to watch my videos with subtitles in French, English, or Spanish, know that you can just go to YouTube and you'll see it there. What's great with the Crazy Science Challenge video is I reached out to the Geo community and I asked if there was anybody who would be interested in helping me translate into other languages, and a few people came forward, and so now I'm super happy to say that the Crazy Science Challenge video is available with subtitles in Dutch and German, as well as Spanish, French, and English. So I want to say a big thank you to Saskia, who translated into Dutch, and Natalie, who translated into German, and of course, huge this here for Jojo, who translated into Spanish. She's responsible for all the Spanish subtitles you see on my channel. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. By the way, if you speak another language and you'd like to help me out with subtitles, please let me know. I would be eternally grateful.
Are we done?
Yes.
Wow, that took forever.
I know, making a video takes time.
Yeah, I know, it's, yeah. So about that next video.
Yes, there will be another Crazy Signs video. So, I am happy to announce that the song will be... I don't have to do the drum roll, I can add it.
Hands up!
Yeah, we're gonna do that song because one, it was by far the most requested song. Everybody asked me if we were gonna do that song, so we will. And also because, well, you know what? We can use it legally. So, as you now know, that's an important factor to consider. If you would like to participate, Jess?
Yes, if you'd like to participate, send us an email at crazysignschallenge@gmail.com. And don't forget that you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be providing updates on the project.
That's it.
Wait.
What?
Well, there's other stuff we could talk about, like what's a crazy sign, huh? Not everybody knows that. And also, what are you even doing now? It's not like you're even a geo anymore.
Next time.